Hello, I'm Erin. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Crochet Remedy. Crochet is the remedy to just about everything. Here is your dose of all things crochet from my hook to yours. In this episode, I will share how I got started crocheting. I'll share two recently finished projects, one work in progress. Thank you so much for being here. This is my first ever YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. Let's begin. How I got started crocheting. Well, the year was 2022, so not that long ago. It was May of 22, and I was teaching elementary school at the time. I was doing reading intervention, and it was the end of the school year. It was like toward the end of the school year. It was really the last week in May, and I got sick. I got sick with COVID, and so I had to be at home. I was quarantined in our guest bedroom here at our house, and I didn't want to get my husband sick or our kids sick. So I was in our guest bedroom for several days, just trying to get better, taking medicine, trying to get better. There's really no medicine for COVID, but just trying to do all the things to feel better. But while I was in the guest bedroom being quarantined, I really wanted to craft. I wanted to make something, and I've always been a crafty person. Like, I've always made jewelry, and what are some other things that I've made? I learned to sew like several years ago. Jewelry making was really like a big thing. I sometimes do watercolors, but I wanted to crochet, but I didn't know how to crochet. And so I Googled crochet classes near me, and a local yarn store offered some classes. And so I booked a class for June because I had to wait until I got better. So in June, that's when I took the crochet class, and that totally was a game changer. I'm so glad that I took that class. It was an hour class, and it was a one-on-one class. And the teacher, she was so patient with me. I learned all the basic stitches. I learned how to make a chain. I learned single crochet, double crochet. We didn't have like a project um, that I worked on, but I wanted to learn the basics. And so once I got home, like over the next few days, I would just practice and practice and practice, just making squares, practicing different stitches. And I was hooked. I was so hooked. And I remember watching YouTube tutorials from Tony from TL Yarn Crafts. Love Tony. Let's see. I watched tutorials from Elise Rose Crochet. At that time, she was Le Petite Saint Crochet. But those two channels really helped build my crochet foundation. Also, Bella Coco. There's several YouTube channels, but those three in particular really helped build the foundation for me as a crocheter. So, thank you so much. I will say Elise Rose Crochet, I really gravitated to her channel, especially because she made amigurumi. She introduced me to amigurumi. I had never heard of amigurumi. In her background was like all these really cool dolls and toys that she made. And I was like, oh, I want to make stuff like that. I remember she had like cute little teacup and like pancakes that she made and dolls. I was like, oh my God, I'd never seen anything like this before. And she mentioned the book Animal Friends of Peek-a-Pow. And so I ended up going to my local library to check out that book. And I checked that book out, and I renewed it and I renewed it. And then I realized I have to give it back to the library so that other people can enjoy it too. So I did return the book, and I ended up purchasing my own copy of the book because I loved it so much. I made a few characters from that book. Since then, I've gifted some of those items. Um, but that book totally changed the trajectory of my crochet journey. A lot of the things that I've made since 2022, I've made scarves, blankets, hats, baskets. What else have I made? Lots of dolls, lots of toys, fantasy creatures. Like, I have so much joy. Um, I get so much joy from making. and creating. And crochet was my remedy in 2022, especially. Um, I was battling a really bad um, health issue that I'm not going to go into detail right now about, but I'll share in a future video about my health battle of 22, um, and how crochet was really a remedy. It was a support for me during that time. So, uh, yeah, crochet has a really special place in my heart. Um, but I do want to share two makes that I have made recently, and then I'll share a whip. So, one thing that I want to share, oh, here it is. This is Super Kitty. Super Kitty is so cute. I made Super Kitty for my husband a few weeks ago, and my husband has been really obsessed with cats lately, and we don't have a cat. We've never had a cat. And I was like, you know what, babe, I will crochet you a cat because we're not getting a cat. So Super Kitty will be living on my husband's desk, but right now Super Kitty is with us. But I will share Super Kitty is from the designer Kook K, and Kook K has this book. So this book is called Wonderful World of Amigurumi, and Super Kitty is actually Liam from the book. But this book, I love this so much. I think I like found it in the library one day, and I loved it so much that I wanted to get my own copy. So this book was published in 2024. It's got 15 adorable amigurumi patterns. It's in US terminology. There are 3 levels of difficulty with this book. So there's like 1 star, 2 star, and 3 star patterns. So 1 is like easy, 2 intermediate, 3 is advanced. So Liam Super Kitty is a 1 star, so it's considered an easy pattern. But I will say that it did take me um, a while to complete Liam, simply because Liam is worked from um, the bottom up, but you actually crochet the head separately from the rest of the body, which I do not like patterns that are written that way. I prefer when I'm making a doll or a toy for the pattern to be worked from the bottom up, and just to flow, like when I'm crocheting the body and then I work the head, like I wanted to just continue. I don't like sewing on such large pieces. I don't mind sewing arms or ears to amigurumi, but head pieces, but anyways, Super Kitty was made with Paint Box Cotton DK yarn. This has been a favorite yarn. This is actually an extra skein that I have, but this is the color pear green. So this is the shirt color that Liam is wearing, and I actually use this color in a couple other patterns that I'm going to share too. So this is a number 3 yarn. This is from Paint Box Yarns, and I purchased this from Lovecrafts. So I have a ton of these like skeins, and they're like 50-gram skeins. Great yarn to crochet amigurumi with. But for Super Kitty, I used my Clover Amore hook. And so this is a 2.25 millimeter hook. This is my go-to hook right now. So this, with my tension in the Paint Box Cotton DK, I can make anything. And that's one reason too why I love crochet so much. You can literally make any and everything with yarn and a hook. I mean, unlimited possibilities with crochet. And that has been the thing that has kept me loving crochet. And just like, there's just always things that I want to make. Like, my list of things to make is very long. But yeah, this is Super Kitty. My next thing that I want to share, my next make is from Carla Matrani. And this is a bear pattern. It's a free pattern on her website. I will share her website in the notes. But this pattern is actually titled Pemberley the King Bear. And I did a couple modifications because I wanted it to be a girl. This is actually for my mom. I made this for my mom. And so my mom loves pink and green. And so this will be sent to my mom. But this bear is made also with cotton DK yarn from Paintbox. I use the same hook, the 2.25 millimeter hook. It's my go-to hook. And she was a fun, easy make. I wanted her to be two-toned, so I did her ears and her arms in this pear green color. I embroidered her eyes. I think I used embroidery floss. I'm pretty sure I used embroidery floss for her eyes. And I used the tutorial from Craftably Ever After, Cassandra from Craftably Ever After. She has a really good embroidery eye tutorial for amigurumi. So I used her tutorial. I did use like a safety nose for this bear, but she came out super cute. One thing that I did change up with the pattern is her head. The original pattern, the bear's head was really large. I mean, it was a big-headed bear, and I did not want a big-headed bear. So I did reduce the number of rounds in the middle part of the head so that it could look more round than rectangular. So super cool make, super cute. So proud of her. All right, the next thing that I'm going to share a whip that I am working on, and it is from this book. So, this book is Unicorns, Dragons, and More Fantasy Amigurumi 3. And so, this book I purchased in 2023. I got it when it like first came out, and I made the first pattern I made is actually back there. The unicorn doll. That was the first pattern that I made from this book. But my current whip is actually Morgana. She's a Selkie and she is super cute. I'm going to prop her up. So this is Morgana and this is her human form. So she has green hair, lovely green hair. Her hair is taking me a long time to do. I have a few more strands that I need to crochet. I still gotta put her arms on her. I've made her arms. I just need to sew her arms on her body, and I want to embroider her eyes. And what else? Oh, she also has her seal skin, and so I started making her seal skin. This is the seal skin right here. So this is her fin and her tail, but I still need to do the headpiece. So the headpiece is like a seal hood. So I'm excited about this project. It's taking me a little bit longer than planned because there are, I mean, like multiple parts to her. Um, but I hope to be done with her in the next few days. That's the goal. So hopefully the next video that I share with you, you'll see a complete Morgana. But she's been fun to make for sure. And this is also by Carla Matrani. Carla Matrani has some really awesome patterns. Um, she is the designer behind the Stranger Things crochet kit. If you've seen that, I did purchase that. I'll have to share that one in a different video. But Carla Matrani, her brain is like she knows how to write patterns and she does it really well. I noticed that when I'm working from her patterns, like the patterns that just flow like her writing style, she's very concise. Um, but descriptive at the same time. So it's a nice balance. I have a couple books from her. I have the Zodiac, it's like Crochet Zodiac dolls. I have that book from her. And then I've checked out like the Iconic Women book that she has. So yeah, if you are wanting to get into crochet dolls, I would definitely highly suggest Carla Matrani because she knows what she's doing. And if you're wanting to do animals, you're into animals, I definitely recommend Animal Friends of Pika Pal. I have Animal Friends of Pika Pal 1, 2, and 3. That that's a great series to start with if you're into amigurumi. All right, I'm going to stop here with this video. I have so much to share in the future about crochet. I love making amigurumi, so you'll see a lot of amigurumi videos from me. You'll probably see like other, like I do make shawls, scarves. I made this sweater last year. I made it. So I make other things besides amigurumi, but you will see lots and lots of amigurumi from me. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.